Welcome to an illustration presentation. Maybe we can learn some things together, and we're going to start here on Schwarzenegger. Let's see here, we'll go to new. I'm using Clip Studio. I'll do this one right here. This is kind of a standard. I screwed up already, so I'm going to rotate this canvas real quickly, if I can find it here. It's early morning where I'm at, and so let's see, rotate. Yep, let's do that. Transform. What? Damn it. Okay, I messed up already. Rotate flip canvas. All right. I could come in here. I hit C, set up that way, and I can kind of eyeball and make sure that the canvas is a little more in the shape of what Schwarzenegger's is there. Now, here's how I do this, is I just come in here. I got, over here on the left, you can see the little red box clicking around. I set that up to different shades of value. Well, I'll talk about that in here in a second. Let's see. So jump to one of this oil brush here that I kind of like using. And all right, got my layers. Okay. Over here is where I keep my brushes, so I can just hop around real quick. Okay, so the background I have set to 50. And what I do here first is just kind of come in here and I'm going to block in some shapes and shadows and see if we can get Schwarzenegger's, get this illustration done. What I do here is just kind of look at these bigger shapes, like his shorts. I don't really come in here with a high, the value is going to be kind of, actually that works pretty well right there, that light color. It kind of works for his forearms. But we're basically just going to be grabbing some color here and kind of just cleaning this up here. We're just going to get the shape to where we can kind of make it look more and more like Schwarzenegger. All right, and go a little darker here. Let me see. I'm going to grab some of this because I don't want to go too dark too fast, because this is all in the shadow area, so actually I could just block that in real quick. Actually just kind of figure out where his shadows are. There's one on this side of the arm, this side of the arm. Actually, there's this over here behind his back. I'm not really going to worry about the background, but his background's there. There's some on the leg. So we're just going to make some decisions here, plop them down, because we're doing this on Clip Studio. And Clip Studio is going to be very forgiving and help me move stuff around. So like even this head's big, I'm going to come back here and just shrink it, with a lasso tool. And then we got see that right here, I could put in a little bit of highlight, but that's already surrounded by dark, so. Ooh, that's way too dark. Let's go back. Okay. Okay, here we go. So what is this? This is, I don't want to say 90%, 80%, and actually I should say that's 10%. If I double click over here, the value of that is 20. Sometimes I keep this, I got another, cancel. Got this other bar right here. It says 20%. That's 20% black. Or the way I like to think about this is you got value up here at this top in the color slider. It has where it's dark. So we're just going to say light. We're adding light. So if you had a light bulb, and 100% light would be way over here. So if we have less light, we have 50% light, and then we have 20% light. So this is 20% light. So all we see with our eyeballs is light and darks. So, and then color. So we're going to, that's really too dark. Okay, undo that. But we could drop that in right over there, because that's going to be completely black. But we'll make some decisions here. So actually I can oops, bring this down just a little bit, maybe. It's okay, maybe we mess up a little bit, but go ahead and keep tightening this illustration up. And we're going to make this area darker, or I'm going to make this area darker. You're going to watch me do it. And I'm going to keep blocking this in here. And then we'll get into like measuring this stuff with your, use your eyeballs and try to figure out, I look at the space between the bottom of the page and, the top, the sides of the page. You can put some lines going through your page so you can kind of see what, so help you give you some reference points. For me, I'm just dropping, just kind of, I don't really even care where it's at right now. I'm just kind of just making sure I get that value in there so I can see kind of like road map, points on a map. See, like here I'm at 60%. I may just bump it up a little bit just so I can get a breakout there so I can see so it contrasts with that background. Get some of the shape of what he's going to look like here. Obviously the hair is going to be one of the darkest spots here. Block that in a bit. It's fun as this starts to kind of take shape. You can kind of start seeing where things are going to be. The form gets a little more defined. So, touch on the eyeballs. Actually, it's going a little dark fast there. And now we're going to start looking at making some more of these, just figuring out, making some decisions on some shapes here. So what I'm looking at here is the space between here and like here, this shape right here. We got a triangle. So kind of put that in there. His eyeball, make some kind of shape with a circle in the middle there, of course. Put a dot there for kind of just give us a reference point for his eyeball. Under the nose, just making some quick decisions here. And I look at like, okay, this tip of his nose, the distance between here, and I don't really think about it too hard, but they're kind of like bang, 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 equally spaced with a line, a little dip in the middle there. So you got a little line here with a little dip in the middle there. If you don't like it, you can come back and kind of tweak it a little bit, go over. And, so what we're looking at is just the values and kind of popping those values where we see that they need to be adjusted. So this side of the hair has a kind of a bigger, it's almost like a triangle. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do that 4 points, say. Grab this darker color and just come in here and do those 4 points. Not quite a regular. Got another little shape there. So it's kind of like building a puzzle. Looking for those shapes to drop in. And let's make his chin look a little better. So we got a shape here to drop in. Ooh, there we go. All right, so we got this shape here. It's a nice crease there. All right, pop back out here. Now, so I kind of got some blocked in area. And then you can, so your brain gets adjusted to things. It can quickly hit this little button down at the bottom here. Can't really see it, but down at the bottom I can toggle that so I can flip it back and forth, back and forth, so my brain can adjust. And then I got a hot button up here. I can do the same with the canvas. So all of a sudden, I can see areas that need a little bit of adjustment. And, of course, I can see that this dude's head's way too big now. Need some thinking about. Of course, this canvas is, it's cropped off there, but our canvas is a little bigger. On the same side, when I can flip it that way, I can flip it this way, flip it upside down, and same here. At the bottom, I can flip them upside down. So, I could literally do that, and we can measure it side by side. I'm going to go ahead and hit my C button, pull down his head just a little bit. We may come back and make a canvas bigger or longer. I may be making him a little too stumpy right now, but real quickly, we're just going to take, for this moment, we're just going to hit this part as far as saying, get to a point where, a little stopping point in the Schwarzenegger process. So what do we got here? 30? 30 on the, going to work on his deltoids. Look at my deltoids. All right, let's, a little bit of sketching here even. A little bit of scribble even. Man, it's all just for fun. I'm just having fun. You may be having a miserable time, but for me, it's just, I just want to have fun and making these shapes and figuring stuff out. I guess it kind of helps, gives that brain something to do, chew on today. And okay, I'm gonna come back here. It's always just kind of a dance between blocking in, blocking in. Oops, I switched here. I got my hotkeys here for my brushes, and down the road I can explain that a little more to you what I'm doing. So, I'm going to do this for a little while. Wait a minute, I'm all backwards. I got this thing backwards. I'm painting the flip side. So, let me undo my... Get this guy flip back around. What's the matter with me? It's early morning right now, so my brain's kind of not working. And still just looking around, looking like, okay, there's a block there. And that's about it. I just keep looking where to improve these shapes, just kind of making a loop around, circle around. All right, so obviously these pants are we'll just block that completely in as dark. Might as well get to that point now. I could go to the complete dark, but I'm still wanting to. So actually blackness goes all the way to the bottom of that page to show the shape of his. And then there's a lighter gray that goes on the outside here that forms that up on the bottom. So yeah, I guess I'm getting to that point where I'm comfortable coming in here and just go ahead and darken that up. I got enough to go on. There's one little highlight there. I'll just drop in a line so I can kind of remember it and see that shape. So my guy comes up here inside his, and there's black on the other side. All right. So, this nice, kind of come back in here and start looking at these curves. Continuing just that little dance between curves and shapes. All right, now I'm going to do a little bit. I guess we'll go ahead and darken that all up now. He's got some, these are kind of like just construction lines. I'm just going to drop some stuff in there, little scribbles so my brain can see. It's a little bit like a false shadow going on in there. This is the way I do it, and there's probably better ways of doing it. This is the way I get to a place, at least. And I'm always looking to learn and change the way I do it, but so far this is what's helped me get it done faster. And let's see, come back here and eventually see, like that one shoulder's way off. I use this oil brush because I like it's got a nice kind of a square edge, so I see the line helps me think of the perspective and just the form, or just now I'm using the shape of the box to kind of determine what his. But now, for instance, I can look at his head and compare where his head is to his two hands. So obviously, his head to his two hands his hands are way closer together. His head may need to come up in size just a little bit, so I could quickly just grab a lasso tool. I like to just pop it on top. It's this clipboard with a clipboard on top. And you can see the heads are increasing. Delete. Oops, I shouldn't have done so many. But I was showing a point. Control D, Command D takes that off. And Command T, hold Shift, brings up your transform. All right, so we'll say right there, well, I could just keep going, and I will here in a little bit, but we'll just let this be the end of this video. But thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. And I'll be back momentarily.